Okay, so game number 1 for Wie versus Lure. So Rats versus Easy. Was it Easy Esports? We got Wie Einfach banned for the German team. Azir banned actually from Rats. I'm expecting a sign ban. Are they going to ban sign or actually going to leave that open? There's going to be a sign ban surely coming. Darius also banned too. I am expecting a sign ban, a Gragas ban. So is Baus actually going to get to play Sion? Is it a trap? Do they have an answer for the Sion? I think it's a mistake leaving it open anyway. I think Baus looked the most uncomfortable in his games yesterday, and then giving him a comfort pick off Sion I think is going to be absolutely massive for him. We got a Varus is open though. I think Varus might end up getting banned here. Varus is a really big pick here. Other picks could be, well, there's a Belveth ban? Okay, I was not expecting that. There's, okay, so maybe not banning Varus opens up to more, like, being able to take Varus here too. They take the sign away? No way, dude. Okay. They're like, wow, not only can we not have to ban sign, we just take it away from Baus. How are they going to answer that? I mean, if anyone's going to know how to answer a sign, it's going to be Baus, right? He's going to know what to do against that, surely. You must have something to answer for that. Well, that Maokai is probably a jungle Maokai. We saw it a few times already played by Velya. I don't feel like he had a great performance on it yesterday, but maybe he can do something better here. They have another pick here. I would be surprised not to see like a Varus here. Xin was also open too. Xin has been quite a good contested pick here too, so could end up seeing Xin being taken over for Easy Esports. Cho'Gath taken, not being picked yet apparently in the EMEA Masters competition. Could be flexed. It could be mid or top actually. Cho'Gath did get nerfed recently. But not enough. Like, there's a lot of movement speed involved with symbiotic shoes, Shreddiers, all that kind of stuff. Viego being taken up as well. Another big jungle pick too. I think the Xin, with them not having any ranged yet on Rats, it makes sense to maybe not go for the Xin for this one yet. And there's the Varus that we've been talking about. I don't know. I do like the Varus overall. It's a shame that that is given up potentially. What else are they going to be taking? So no supports have been taken. We could see an AD carry pick here for Rats. That's another potential flex pick. There could be Triss bot side. There could be Triss mid. It's probably most likely Triss mid. We did see Nemesis play that yesterday. What bans are going to be coming through? I'm expecting probably support bans. I wouldn't be too surprised if it's 4 support bans. Syndra being banned for Rats. As I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see it. There's a Brom ban. Are we going to see like a Nautilus or a Rel ban? We could see a Rel ban. I do know that Reckless does like playing Rel. Rats going for their last and final ban here for this game. They're thinking about it. They're using all of the time in the world to think about what they want to ban here. They banned Rel. Okay, so that wasn't quite expecting Rats to be banning Rel, but okay, that's the Rel ban. Maybe we see Nautilus Leona ban. They could ban an AD carry here if they're worried about Tristana being playing mid, but that's once again, it's just a nice little flex pick. They could have the Cho mid. So that double, the Cho'Gath and the Tristana messes up the draft a bit. An Alistair ban. Okay. So here we're going to start finding out where this Tristana and this Cho'Gath are potentially going to be now. They could pick support here first. I don't feel like they have to pick the AD carry now. They're going for support as the kind of final pick. So it is going to be Tristana in the mid lane, Sivir in the bot lane. So the main engage is basically Maokai ulti or Sivir ulti being popped up to try and get onto one of them. Whereas at the moment, Wie are don't really have a clear engage. You've got like the Varus ulti, maybe a Sign ult too, but none of them are like super what you think of when you're talking about engaging. Victor in the mid lane. That does give them access to some wave clear. Rats do have that Sivir, great wave clearing champion as well. Nausus being taken here with the Varus. We actually saw that in the previous best of 3 with the Varus Nautilus. So if we were Rats, what are you going to be taking here? I feel like you could almost do whatever really. You could do potentially, wouldn't do Poppy I don't think. It would disengage from the Nautilus, but I don't think Sivir needs that much help from disengage. I'd probably take something that can maybe roam a bit here. Make sure you can keep up the roams with Nautilus. I don't like the Lulu. They did this last time, yesterday's games against I despise the Lulu with the Sivir. I think it's such a waste. Lulu's also going to find it very difficult to match the roamings with a Nautilus. I don't know. I don't like that at all. I don't like it. I feel like... Okay, so the Nautilus can't... okay, so you have a Sivir in bot lane, right? And she can just wave clear. You can leave her alone, but like you would then have like an engaged champion to be able to make plays around the map and do rotations and stuff. The Lulu doesn't do that well. I'm not sure, like Lulu overall and is like she's like good, but I would feel like if you had a Lulu, do it with like a Twitch or something like that. I don't like it with the Sivir at all personally. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I'm just talking about my ass, but it feels like for me, the Lulu pick is just a bad last pick. We'll see how it goes and how it pans out. I'm sure they know what they're doing. Yeah, the Victor pick is alright. It makes it so that they have some wave clear. So they definitely needed to have something that had wave clear. I think Victor, if he's able to get some sort of like early takedowns to build up his passive early, that could be very, very good. Be interesting to know what this Varus is going to go though. Is he going to go lethality or lethal tempo? I feel like he probably needs to go lethality early because Victor needs time to scale. I think Viego can do an okay job early, holding out. But I think if you just do the Varus that goes lethality, I think that would be okay. They've got a few squishy targets there now with the Lulu as well. That make it so that the Varus Qs can do quite a lot of damage against the team. Yeah, I just keep eyeing at that Lulu pick. I just don't like it personally. It would be very interesting to see how that works out. Like last time, it didn't work out at all. But they're doubling down on it. We have seen Nemesis do some good plays on Tristana recently. I personally haven't seen Baust yet on Cho. And I do find it funny that they did take Sion away from them. They definitely got into that game with that mindset straight away. It's smart. Like if their team can play Sion, takes it away, that means they don't have to ban. And then that's like permaban now for the rest of the series. They don't have to use the Sion ban for the next game or two because it's endless draft. So that Sion, it just cannot be played that the entire series, and they don't have to worry about banning it now for the next 2 games. Is good. I'm just trying to find out where this game's taking a little while to get into. Usually we would be in by now. They're remaking the game. Okay, thank you. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're gonna have engaged. They're gonna have they're gonna have Shirley's on the Cho'Gath. They're gonna have Maokai ulting. They're gonna have Sivir. They're gonna have a lot of speed going in. I think like in the actual pure 5v5 matchup, I think Rats probably do have more damage overall. Especially later on in the game. If the Varus does end up going lethality, his damage will fall off later. It will be hyper reliant on Viego getting resets, and then the Victor damage. The Victor damage can be absolutely mental later on. And then if you look at it, they do have an immobile mid laner. They do have an immobile AD carry. You could maybe make the argument that Varus could go Ghost here instead of like a barrier, or doesn't need cleanse against their bot lane, right? There's nothing to cleanse there. I mean, yeah, barrier is kind of standard, but you could actually run Ghost here in Varus. Maybe like Ghost. I think Ghost would actually be really good here on Varus if he goes Ghost. Another option could be like Teleport to have a bit more map stuff early on, but I don't think that's probably necessary. I think Ghost would be pretty 5-head pick, actually. I feel like if Rat falls behind and can't win a straight 5v5 front to back, they'll have problems. Yeah, because you can't put Sivir on side, Tristana on side against who? Like, I think Victor, if Victor even gets a slight lead against Tristana, I feel like Victor would win. Probably a slight mechanical kind of matchup there, but like Victor overall should win like mid-game onwards. Like once you get heading onto sides, like Victor can just E and wave clear if he needs to. He has more upright burst if he wants to as well. If Victor wants to, if Triss wants to jump in, she's going to be jumping into a Victor cage. Cyan, like Cho'Gath's not going to be able to stop Cyan from split pushing. He can just ignore him and just use Demolish. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Rats need to definitely make sure they don't fall behind early, and that's honestly Rats' biggest problem has been losing early. First 10 minutes of a lot of their games, they've been struggling a lot, and it's just waiting for the enemy team to misposition. They do a really good job at letting the opposing team into them, and then getting objectives off of that. But when they're behind and the enemy team aren't making many or really any mistakes, that's when they really start to struggle, because they don't seem to like forcing plays to happen. They kind of just like wait out the game as long as possible really in order to try and use some of their later scaling stuff to kick in. I mean, they're gonna have 280 carries with a Lulu. That's like a good late game to kind of like have if you're able to play front to back. The question is like, will they even be allowed to do that though? I just worry about this Lulu pick a lot. But they're rating Lulu quite highly if they're picking her back to back in series right now. What are these tech issues though? Yeah, seems like this is just issues right now with something. I don't know what it is though. I've earlier had a rune bug. A rune bug? You mean chose the wrong rune? Seems sus. But yeah, we'll see how this one goes. I'm trying to think, like, what even would the Lulu build be? I think she's just gonna go Ardent first item? Trillias? You already have so much speed on the team, I don't even know if you need Trillias at all. Does she even need to go Michael's this game? What have they got again? Scion? Victor? Nautilus? You can't really do anything Michael's, but so yeah, Michael's is not an option either. No, someone's changed to Ghost and Exhaust. Oh, okay, fair enough. That's a shame. But yeah, I'm just trying to think this one out. So it's like it's so weird because we saw in the previous best of 3 how the team had Sivir, and they just let her wave clear bot, and then it freed up the support to roam. But Lulu roam, it's just kind of, it's meh. It's really meh. And out of all the options of all the support champions they had, don't know. I feel like Rakan could have been a good pick. I don't know if I think Rakan was free, wasn't it? I don't think it was bad. I think Rakan would have been better. Weird. It's been, I think I have noticed one thing from watching these series though, is that the team that has last pick, the last pick usually is like ass. Like we saw in the previous best of series where it was a Gragas last pick picked into a Jax. And we all kind of thought like, you know, the Gragas would do well into the Jax. The Gragas got absolutely slapped. Then we also had something as well yesterday with Rats with their last pick as well, and it ended up just being ass. Just these last picks just don't feel like they're good enough for the last pick to kind of to round off the match. Yumi's insane with Sivit. I think if you were going to do Yumi, you probably would do Zeri, right? I think that would be the standard for that. Standard sandwich would be Zeri Yumi. What is taking so long? This is the longest pause in history, surely. And just double checking to make sure they're not playing, but yeah, they're not playing. It's just client issues or something, I'm guessing. It'd be interesting to see how Rats bounce back, because they had a 50-minute game against K-Court. And they had a good goal lead against them as well, and they kind of blew it. And then the game number 2, they played mega tilted. They're remaking the game. It's taken a while to remake the game. Must have been big issues then if it was multiple remakes. I hope the whole series isn't like this. I only just realised Nerdy did an on-screen celebration of question marks earlier. Loving my commentary? Thanks. I'm out of ideas now though. It's quite hard to bounce ideas off of yourself. I guess we just bounce myself around the screen literally while we wait. Really, as soon as I did it, you closed your eyes? Oh, good. Aha. Oh my god, guys. Am I going to hit the corner? Are we going to go into the corner? Whoa! What happened? I don't even know what happened. Donk. Donk. Sorry, hitting the corner, guys. Oh my god, are we gonna hit the corner, guys? Are we gonna hit the corner? No. Who do you think is gonna win, guys? Who do you think had the better draft? I think it's funny that they took the sign away. I wonder if they were aware of that in comms. Because there's no way they would leave the sign unbanned. Okay, let's try and think this one out a bit more. Cho'Gath versus Sion. I mean, if anyone's going to know how to beat Cyan, it's going to be Baust, right? Why Cho'Gath, though? Cho'Gath has okay wave clear. He can heal up a lot from the wave. Ult's not going to be fantastic, though, against Cyan. And as the game progresses, Cyan can literally just ignore Cho'Gath and just go for the turret. I don't think there's much that Cho'Gath can do about that. Anytime Cyan starts charging a Q, Cho can knock up. True, we can also just press W as well, although the W range is a bit further away. That's true. They're in. Okay. Thank you for the heads up. Alright, let me readjust my camera. Oh. Rah. Are we in? Are we in? So it's paused in lane. Oh. Okay. Yeah, true. We can actually I can load up one of the players' streams, can't I? Yeah, it's paused currently in game right now. Do we know why? Looks like summoners are correct. There's no one running Ghost Exhaust. I will say though, Varus is running Cleanse. Why is Varus running Cleanse? Why is said specifically in champion selection is that Varus doesn't need to run Cleanse. He could even run Ghost if he wanted to.
Can I go to B?
Why would you take Ghost Cleanse if you're Varus? You're up against a Sivir Lulu. Jungle Maokai. There's nothing to cleanse. Am I crazy, guys? Why is the Varus taking cleanse? That's just a giga wasted summoner, dude. Also, Lulu is running heal. So there's no exhaust. As kind of, it's to cleanse the polymorph. I mean, if that's what the Varus is thinking, then I think I don't know. I think honestly, you don't take cleanse against that team. They have no stuns. They have a Maokai Twisted Advance. They have the Maokai ulti. So maybe he's thinking that he needs it against the Maokai ulti, but honestly, the Nautilus should be blocking the ulti anyway. I don't know. I think the cleanse is completely garbage. I think you run Ghost on Varus. I think you run Ghost. I think Ghost would be Giga Chad then. I think that's a waste. You could even run Exhaust. You could run Exhaust on the Varus. Exhaust Varus could actually work. There are so many different things you could do there. I think Cleanse is by far the weakest. You could even run Heal. The Nautilus is running Ignite, so you could run Heal yourself, do old school, kind of, you know, old school heal. Not as, you know, a bit more bursty movement speed than Ghost as well initially. I don't know where you take Cleanse. I think let's kick it in, but yeah, it's just, yeah, I don't know. You're paying one summoner, daily carry then. Apparently, the broadcast says that the info still shows failure with exhaust, fixing ASAP. Production is now ready, apparently. Both teams are ready. Finally. Gosh. Okay, we're about to get into game, guys, for reals. Any second. The game is still paused. At any second, guys. At any second. Oh, I just realized the German team, EW, have they need 1 second. Who knows, maybe the Varus is going to complain that he took the wrong summoner. Oh no, wait guys, the game said I got cleansed. I definitely meant to take Ghost. Right guys? Still paused. So the first thing was that apparently it was a bug of summoners, and then it was then it was a broadcast bug. And now we're waiting for someone on the German team to get off the toilet. Maybe. What does 1S mean in German? So what does it mean, 1 second, or does it mean like 1 hour? Maybe his cat turned off the computer or something. Okay, now they're ready. Players resume. Okay, we're starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey. We are in game, guys. So you can see that the Varus was cleansed. It's Lethality Varus. Be interesting to see how Bals handles the sign. As mentioned, the Cho'Gath, sorry, can Q the knockup. It's pretty smart thinking, guys. Very smart. Lulu is running Scorch.
Minions have spawned.
That's fine, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the Varus is expecting the Lulu to be running Exhaust or something. I don't know. That cleanse is annoying the crap out of me. I'm sorry. I need to relax a little bit. Alright. I'm relaxing, guys. Nothing happening level 1. Everyone playing pretty passive. So once again, both teams need to win this best 3 series. They're in the losers bracket. If they lose this, then they're out of the EMEA Masters competition. Lulu's starting Glitter Lance, getting a little bit damaged there over to the Nautilus. So far, Rat's winning the level 1 poke. But it's going to be under tower. And you have Viego doing Krugs here. But a very early ward going into the Tri-Brush here. It's going to stop Viego if he does end up looking to make a play here. So I'm expecting the EWI to notice that. Oh my god. I'm expecting EWI to notice that they went off toward the Tri-Brush so that the Viego knows not to make a play down there. And wow, look at the gold swing, guys. EWI had a 10 gold lead for half a second, but the Rats are dominating the gold lead right now. They are 200 gold ahead. Wait, what? Why does it say that in the graph that they're 200 gold ahead, but in the actual gold they're not ahead? Oh, it's because it's evened up. That this diagonal line, this diagonal line. Look at this diagonal line. It's going back to 0, guys. Here, if you follow this line, if you follow this line here, if you just follow the diagonal plummet there, that's Tesla stocks. Womp womp. Man, look at the damage going out here as well. Well, there's 300 damage coming up from Victor. Just quite a little bit early on, actually. For 30 seconds of gameplay, 300 damage. It's not bad, poke. Also, on the lead, 400 damage. Someone stop this mad lad. Someone's stream cut off, apparently. Rats paused. What happened, dude? Someone's stream crash or something? Nemesis needed to restart PC. Oh dear. I wonder why he took a big chunk of damage there. Come on guys, hook up Nemesis with a decent PC. That's actually one of... Oh, we're back in game now? Yeah, there's a lot of damage already going into mid lane. I guess those techie... Oh, for the...
A summoner has
What is going on, guys? Are we ever gonna get to play the game or watch the game be played? Oh no, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing to say about this. I've ran out of speech. So we've already seen early on that the Sivir and the Lulu are pushing quite a lot. And Viego starting bot side in the early try ward means that he can't gank bot side, so it will mean that the Viego will be pathing up top. Which will probably mean that Crowny will get to push in bot for free without any punishment. The only thing they really need to worry about is an Orsus engage. So it seems, in theory, unless they cock up rats, they're going to have a easy bot lane for the next few minutes. But, you know, if Nemesis is having issues, he's already got chunked down to, what, 60% HP already? That's going to be a tough lane to start off with. That's a big disadvantage, especially against the Victor as well. Victor early is a little bit wadge. So him already having a good health lead over the Tristana this early on is going to make things a lot difficult for mid. What is going on, dude? Are they actually in game? No. What is going on? I think Reckless is stressing out about the game now. He's now turned his webcam off. I think he's having anxiety issues now. Yeah, something going on with Reckless now as well. What's going on? Okay guys, I'm ready. Sub me in. I can try and play Tristan. I'm ready, guys. I'm just trying to see if I'm following any of the other people that are in the game. Have a look at Crowny. I mean, this must be taking an absolute mental toll on everyone in this game. This is a very important best of 3. Okay, so it looks like the game's restarted. So we're going to be back into game in a second. Here we go. But you can already see Triss has already been poked down quite a bit. Hey Dart, thank you man, I appreciate that. Right, so as we mentioned, Viego will be pathing up to top. This is going to leave Sivir free to pushing in bot as much as they like. The only way it's going to say Sivir and Lulu mess this up is if they get caught. Good spell shield against the Nautilus Hook. Now that will leave Baus vulnerable because Viego's path to top now. Both jungles are on their last camp. Scuttles will probably be contested for here. Sign hits 4 first. Viego is now pathing up to top. Cho'Gath is not aware of this. We're going to see an early flash to get away from the Sign knockup. Baus stays around on Cho. We're going to cut towards mid. Tristana jumps in, gets E onto the Victor, but nothing going on here. That was such an abrasive camera cut there. Let me move my camera over a little bit. Okay. Yeah, the fact that Baus on Cho'Gath stayed there and Viego got to get another re-engage on was pretty scary. Cho'Gath forced to teleport in already, so both summoners used already on Cho. Viego is in topside jungle right now. Hasn't seen the Maokai. Meanwhile, Rats are looking to get the first plate. Good double Q over to the Varus. Sivir's just being an annoying little rat. Literally in the name. Taking a turret hit though, but Sivir knows that she can just spell shield the Nautilus Hook, and they're just disrespecting it like crazy. Could potentially see a lane swap happening as well. Could see the Sign going bot at some point. That could be a factor here. We'll say the Sivir's out of mana. They're going in for a reset here. Getting an early turret plate there is pretty big. We're already 600 gold ahead for Rats. So Tristana in the mid lane picking up CDR boots? No, Symbiotic Souls. Just bought the wrong boots and then bought Symbiotic Souls. Okay, I was going to say, why would the Tristana have CDR boots? Sign has no mana, but he has TP. Cho'Gath going to go for this Demolish Donk here. Sign can't do anything. Cho'Gath is just going to hit that free and get that plate. So more gold going into the pockets of the Rats. Do Rats have pockets? Do they have a little pouch? Do Rats have pouches like kangaroos? I don't know. Got Maokai posturing over the dragon a little bit. Is this going to be a very early dragon start here by Maokai? Looks like he's engaged on it. Yeah, it's already at 60% HP. Bot side full priority. Very early dragon. Looks like Cho'Gath has found Viego on top side though. Cho'Gath has no flash. Cho'Gath has level 6 though. Viego can't do much because you can get ultied. That's a very easy nom nom. Cho'Gath's going to eat those berries, get up to full mana. does put Cho'Gath in an awkward position in the river though. Q used very early on, and it just gets Cyan uses ulti just to make sure he doesn't get knocked up there. Cyan uses flash. Cho'Gath has nowhere to go. Doesn't even get his ulti off to just do some free damage there. But what could end up happening is Viego gets to use Cho'Gath ulti on these grubs and gets a free stack on. Oh, he's not. No, he can't do that, can he? No, I'm thinking of Silas. Never mind. He can't do that. Well, the Victor's now caught off. I'm surprised that the Maokai didn't look to engage there onto the Victor there too. They thought they both could have snapped onto the Victor, but that didn't happen. But they just took the dragon. I don't think they can complain about letting the grubs go. I think also Cho'Gath should have been aware of that as well. The fact that they were getting dragon, that was likely that Viego was going to be top, and then also Cho knew that Viego was there. But having to burn that flash earlier was always going to put a target on his head to be ganked again. Yeah, now I'm trolling Snail. It's been a long day. Thinking that the Viego could ulti for stacks. I just had Silas in my head. Hey, I mean, they're two half-naked dudes, same guy really, aren't they? Just one has a sword. Oh, they got a feast stack tracking for Cho'Gath. He has a 1 feast stack from a minion. Way to go. So first blood does go over to the Viego. CS lead in the bot lane though for the Sivir, and you got that dragon prio. Next dragon is going to be Chem Dragon. Rat's just having that slight gold lead just because of the plates. Victor holding this wave here. Victor doesn't have TP, neither does Triss, so Triss will miss out on some XP here. Nautilus is roaming up to top, and they did the lane swap that I said they might do later, yeah. So they end up doing the lane swap, putting Cyan on the bot side. Their EWI's bot lane just not having a good time dealing with the Sivir, and I see that Sivir was slowly starting to get ahead for free. And I don't want their Varus falling off too behind early. The fallacy Varus when you're behind is pretty garbage. You got both teams kind of looking to kind of swap potentially. Lulu is making her way back down to bot though, I think. Are they happy that Sivir is bot? Sivir's recalling now. This is a very late... I was going to say, it's a very late reply to their top. Polymorph goes over to the Cyan. Cyan will take some damage here, it's nothing going to be too crazy. 55% HP. Still going to be very difficult to dive it, but it could easily mean that this bot lane can get another plate here. Cyan will charge up another Q. Lulu needs to look to polymorph it, so it interrupts it. There you go. You know that the Cyan can't wave clear. She does take Tara aggro there though. Oh, it doesn't immediately put it on cooldown though. Wei is kind of covering from behind. But the fact that Sivir can just perma wave clear this, make sure that she can get every single CS. Be interested to see what's happening on top though. Lulu got recall got interrupted. Viego's coming in now with stealth. Polymorph's already been used. Recall's been delayed from Rat's bot lane though. Got Grubs up in 55 seconds, Dragon him up in 1 minute. Big damage going over to the Cyan. Cyan forced the ulti, survives that last auto attack there at the end there. Lulu did use heal for movement speed for the Sivir. Sivir has just enough mana to push out that wave and then reset properly this time. Cyan Q goes 2 seconds cooldown if interrupted. I did not know that. So what's this? Nemesis is teleporting back to mid. Looks like they're trying to get some mid lane priority for Grubs. Grubs is spawning in 18 seconds. The Dragon in 20 seconds. Both objectives spawning at the same time. EWI took the first 3 Grubs. I'd be interested to see what Rats do. Are they going to be happy with giving over 6 Grubs? Because they sent their bot lane, the Sivir back down to bot lane, which means they will potentially have a player deficit if they try and play for Grubs. Maokai is already starting up Dragon. EWI have not started Grubs yet. So they're making a way to the Dragon. Viego is there to answer. I'm surprised Viego just didn't go to Grubs. Cho'Gath is now making his way down. EWI are aware of that and they're conceding this Dragon. For free. Strange. Engage is going into mid lane. Victor taking some damage here, but Cho'Gath has been the main target here. Big double knock up. Cho'Gath will fall. Nautilus will die to Sivir. Sivir does pick up that gold there. Maokai fully engaging into the Viego. Viego flashes, a Twisted Advance gets pushed over. Tristana E on the Viego will explode. Victor does get a kill though, which means more stacks for him. But Victor's low. He can't stay here and clear out this wave. Maokai is now going onto the Grubs, and that does give opportunity here for Sivir to get a play or two. Yeah, the first half of that fight wasn't looking good. Cho'Gath fell down pretty early, but he managed to get that knock up on 2 of them just before he fell over, which was absolutely crucial to this fight. Varus is looking to stop the Scrubs though, and I think they can stop it. Sivir being a little bit greedy here maybe. She does get the second Grub. Because rats are going to have to recall, that should mean that the EWI can get that 6th Grub there and deny rats from having the Epic Monsters objective, but EWI do have the 3 kill already, and that Victor has 2 kills, which is huge. Like, although rats did kind of win that fight, the fact that that Victor has 2 kills early on, 2 takedowns, plus 50 stacks for his passive. He's already nearly got 2 spells augmented with that. He might already actually have 2 spells augmented. 141 CS already in that mid lane. To be Victor, but not go Blackfire Touch against Cho Maokai.
Turret plating will soon fall.
I don't know. You're gonna have to ask him. I think I've never been a fan of Ludens, personally, on any of the mid laners. But maybe they're thinking, okay, maybe if we can burst down one person, then move on from there. I mean, the Ludens is probably better specifically to deal with the Tristana. You can already see the Victor doing quite a good job there against the Trist. Meanwhile, Cho'Gath has been engaged on. He's been bullied. There's 3 people down bot side. Nautilus ulti being chucked down for the memes. Completely unnecessary, but yep, sure. Cho'Gath now on 0-3. That Lethality Varus doing nice Q damage there. Gold lead for EWI. And that is going to be turret as well for EWI, so it means they've completed the boots objective. Meanwhile on top there's some shenanigans going on up here. Yeah, this Cho'Gath has been absolutely bullied, and honestly the Maokai hasn't done anything on the map to... Like, he's taken the dragons, okay good, but he hasn't actually made any proactive lane gank plays. He hasn't needed a gank where Sivir is, because she's been generally safe and pushing in. So why is the Trist and the why is the Tristana and the Cho'Gath being allowed to be bullied so much? You don't need to babysit the Sivir. I think EWI has better late game. I think Viego and Victor are very scary. I think Victor damage is super good. I think this Victor, if he keeps playing like this, he's gonna be a massive problem. Yeah. Because this Cho'Gath isn't going to be tanky enough to deal... I mean, he's fallen behind so much already. Maokai's going AP Maokai kind of as well. He's going to have maybe a Dead Man's Plate here, second item, so he's not going to have any magic resistance either. So in my eyes, Rat's team right now are very squishy. Okay, so Herald is up. We've got Dragon spawning in 14 seconds. Rats do have 2 dragons. If they can get Drake number 3, then it changes the whole game. But right now, Rats are falling behind. Cho'Gath already been caught out. But a lot has already been spent on the Cho'Gath, and Cho'Gath is still above half HP. But the clap's going down. Cho'Gath noms the Viego, and the Nautilus falls. That's a huge fight to win. They just thought they could bully the Cho'Gath again, but no. They overcommitted. Wait, hey, the Cho'Gath at this point isn't really a factor. They're using Nautilus ulti for low priority targets. And they're going really deep in jungle for that too. That was complete disrespect, honestly, from EWI. I don't know why they were that deep. That's going to be Dragon number 3 now to Rats, and that's some extra gold to keep them into the game. Macro disaster from EWI. I don't know what that was. Got Sivir on 2 kills now. Cho'Gath getting that 1 cheeky kill, so he's now got some magic resistance. He can provide himself like a little bit of frontline for his team if needed now. But if they're playing to catch Victor, they're building magic resistance doesn't matter. I think you'd be surprised how much damage Victor can do mid to late game. Like if you have no magic resistance at all, like just even a few ticks of his ulti will be absolutely devastating. It doesn't really matter who you are. So yeah, they do need to pick up some magic resistance, I think. I mean, they are. The Maokai is now going into some magic resistance now with the Aegis. You got the Cho'Gath as well. He's now got some magic resist. I think they're respecting the fact that the Victor is becoming a bit of a problem. But yeah, just for that one greedy play on the Cho'Gath, so much has just changed on the map just because of that. Just that Drake number 3 there being free means that the Rats can kind of do whatever they like here coming up. Atacun might get contested, but being 3-0 on Drakes just gives you a lot of freedom, especially a Baron. Because you can trade 1 dragon for a Baron if you really want to. Especially if like tier 1 turrets and stuff are, and tier 2 turrets are still up. Baron could easily give your team a lot of gold, and then to move into a team fight to then doing a point here. Just trying to go for that Hextech Soul. Use Baron, get gold, get like 2,000 gold, 3,000 gold from doing the Baron and getting a turret or 2. Then take the team fight. Yeah, Zhonya's second item of Victor, I'm not a massive fan of that either. I feel like he has to be a bit more damaging on that second item. I mean, okay, what's he scared of? Like, Flash, Maokai going forward there? Them charging. I think if the Victor gets caught out, I think it's going to be very difficult to protect him. Okay, the stasis buys a little bit of time, but I think he's just going to die anyway after that. Like, Cho'Gath could easily hold his ulti for the Victor specifically if he wants to. Yeah, like, I don't know. I think Zhonya's like 3rd item might be okay, but like he's gonna want a Void Staff, right? This Victor. No one on his team can go Bloodless's Curse for him. Sion is looking like he's getting caught out. Nemesis in the barrage from Tristana. Sion just wasting time. Gonna try and go for an execute here. Tristana is legit just ignoring him. Tristana recalled and just left it. EWI in the meantime are going for Atacun while all that's going on. This is a really good play from EWI. They got played at their own game. baited on for going for the Scion. Didn't even get to kill Scion. Scion actually just recalled. I don't know why Tristana didn't look to kill the Scion at least. You could have used some extra free gold. And that gets answered with a tier 1 turret. I think that's the biggest macro mistake we've seen from Rats. Very good answer from EWI. Letting the Scion troll. Big time. But we do have Dragon number 4 spawning in 40 seconds. But there's Guardian Angel for EWI. I think Rats don't fight this Dragon. I think Rats is just going to try and get for like top turret. And then that might be it. Herald's been popped down mid too. Yeah, so... they're going to do their best to try and defend this tier 1. They probably won't get to defend it because they're not going to want to fight the GAs. Kuragaf can maybe ult. He ulted the Herald to get a free stack at least. That's tier 1 turret, and they're going to lose Dragon. They're not going to want to fight them with the GA. Yeah, that's it really. Bit of a handshake there. Scion may be caught off by Maokai on the top side. Scion doesn't have ulti, but he has flash. No, he's not even caught off. Tristana will try and get this tier 1 turret though this time. Which is something. But EWI is already pinging bot tier 2. Cho'Gath doesn't have ulti because he used it on the Herald earlier. So he maybe could have forced the GA out of the Victor here. But I don't know why you'd flash there, you're dead mate. There's no reason for Baus to look for a gank play there. You shouldn't be looking to gank when they've already got GAs up. Just gave away a tier 2 turret there for no reason whatsoever. And Rats didn't get the macro is falling apart completely here. There's no reason for Cho'Gath to be looking in that brush to look for a pick when they have GA. He just needs to play safe and just wait a turret and you just have to wait that out. 10 seconds left on Atikin. Four seconds, 4 minutes for the next dragon. Baron spawning in 1 minute 20. Victor looking like he's going for Death Cap third item. He's going to need magic penetration as 4 fights him then. But once that Victor gets 4 items, I think it's over for Rats. Unless they get an amazing engage. It has to be like an absolute banger engage. Okay, rocket jump, saving any potential engage there. He got that 1 level up on the Victor as well. At least briefly over the Tristana. And Victor's got all of his stacks now, so he's got the massive ultimate. If he gets any takedowns from that in the middle of a fight, that's going to be big. Varus kind of overextended a little bit here by himself, but no vision from Rats to determine where the rest of his team is. But yeah, he's quite alone up there. Baron's now spawned. Dragon in 230. Still lots of posturing. This Rats really want this tier 1 top turret, but they haven't really been close to getting it. Got teleports available for everyone. And you've got to remember that bot tier 2 is down. So Cho'Gath has to go quite far back to defend his base. Like, minions are always going to be pushing quite far and deep for the Scion, and generally he should be safe the Scion anyway because of his still got flash and ulti. So there's going to be a little bit of a fight here with this red buff. Saplings do provide decent amount of vision though to kind of dissuade them potentially from coming in. Lots of nice easy face checking there with the saplings. Big look over to mid lane here now. Sivir recalled. Might see Lulu freeze this wave, maybe? Nope. Smoke treads picked up on Maokai, finally getting tier 2 boots. Be interested to see how much gold away this Victor is from Deathcap. He's got 2 large rods now. Dragon Soul Point again for Rats in 1 minute. I can imagine they want that. They got Cho'Gath ulti as well to potentially try and secure it. But they have found Nautilus by himself. That's a huge pick. What is Nautilus doing there by himself? They're already pinging Baron. They used absolutely nothing to get that pick there, and the Nautilus as well. That Nautilus was just sleeping. Diego's around his stealth. They don't have a control on the outside of it. Sion ulti knocks up the Cho'Gath and the Maokai. Cho'Gath secures Baron with ulti. Cho'Gath does die though. A lot of the enemy, a lot of EWI are low. Varus Q lands over to Nemesis. Tristana gets absolutely popped. Siv's been sped up by Whimsy here. Siva now falling really low. Maokai trying to find a way to get out. Rats needs to find a way to try and preserve this Baron buff. Q from the Siva doesn't quite reach the Victor. Totally not cast the bias coming in there. Dragon is spawning. Both teams are kind of rushing towards it. Victor does have teleport to come back into this. Cho'Gath is up shortly in 5 seconds with teleport, and his ulti is about to be ready. So he'll have ulti for this. Cho'Gath is now teleporting in. Victor is now here already. Varus ulti being used onto the Maokai. Not really effective. Cho'Gath holding off the front line. He still has ulti ready. They're going to get Hextech Soul here. Nom 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 nom. That is a Hextech Soul. They still have 2 minutes left of Baron as well. Really lucky timings there on the Cho'Gath for the Dragon. Sion getting caught out here. Why is the Sion there like that? What's he trying to achieve there? Sion ulti committed. Nautilus ulti used to hook in the Cho'Gath. No one's really falling down right now. Silence is kind of huge. Knockup is huge too from the Cho'Gath. Everyone's kind of like on little bits of health here. But with the Baron buff on Rats, it does give them a bit more priority to push in. There is a tier 2. Meanwhile, Victor was pushing in mid. Having the Hextech Soul might be a bit too much for EWI to... I don't know, what does EWI need to do in order to win this game? This Cho'Gath is now on 3 items. The Lethality Varus is going to start diminishing now. Victor has finally finished up his death cap, but he doesn't have magic penetration yet. Him having to buy a Zhonya's is really delaying the damage in his build. And Viego doesn't have something like a Blade of the Ruin King either, so he doesn't have as high a potential to try and cut down some of these tanks as possible. There's going to be another tier 2 tower taken. But it is kind of like the Rat special. Like that all started because Nautilus was just randomly clearing a ward out by himself while his team was on the other side of the river. I'm pretty sure the rest of EWI were on bot side river and the Nautilus was clearing out a ward illegally around the mid lane. So Rats didn't have to do anything, they just waited for an opportunity where the enemy were inting, and yeah, they get the pick. It's going to be very difficult for them to get onto the Siva. It's going to be another tier 2 turret. Victor is just... I don't know what he's trying. He's just trying to force people to recall. I don't think the Victor does well against the Cho. He can definitely handle the Tristan 1v1. The Cho'Gath, even though he's 1-5, could be tricky. Especially when he doesn't have any anti-tank. But you can see the damage here. It's not fantastic. Viego is hovering though. I don't think Cho'Gath realizes. The hold of Rats though are storming up. We've got Shrillers being popped, Maokai ulti being used, Victor's now being locked up. Got teleport coming in from Cyan. Cyan's now up here. Nemesis is jumping over towards the Viego. Viego getting chunked down to 20%. Forced the ult away. We've got Cho'Gath ulting the Victor. The Victor is now down. Cyan is now down. Sivir is popping ulti, trying to charge forth, looking for more. Viego tries to kill a Sivir, but the Viego falls down pretty fast, and that is going to be game. Game 1 will likely go over to Rats. I don't think they will necessarily end at this very second, but there's nothing that EWI can do to get back into this now. Just one thing. That just shows you like the level of like pro play. Like one support just doing a random bad ward clear. Man, it's a Baron. Man, it's a Dragon. It's just Dragon Soul. Just fully collapsed. Yeah, they just got completely run over. And that is GG for Rats. Game number 1. It's the best of 3, so we'll see how EWI responds. The Cyan pick didn't quite work out for them taking that away from Baus. Baus definitely had some good moments. It reminds me of the Gragas game that he had the other day where he played really well in Gragas but entered his ass off. Like, the guy has mechanics. His macro, he needs to be coached on, like, very heavily on. There are definitely times like, I don't know why he's in a brush looking for a pick when enemy has GA Atacon. There's no need for him to be looking for a random pick like that. He gets caught out and he loses his team a tier 2. Against better teams, that's absolutely devastating. Giving away 1,000 gold for free is just, yeah, insane. What if Varus ever used cleanse this game? Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he did. The cleanse, there was a lot of... I think there's some itemizations as well with Victor. I didn't like the Zhonya's. They got mentioned in the chat. I didn't like the Zhonya's. I think when you're the sole carry there, and you're there to meant to be carrying against... They got 2 tanks. I think Luden's is okay against Trist. Could have maybe have gone something like Blackfire Torch through all the injuries. But I think the big issue was Zhonya's second item. I think you just have to just go for it and just go all damage glass cannon. I don't think you can get Zhonya's. It just takes way too much damage away. Like, you were in the lead, you were 2-0, and you're buying a defensive item second. I think you didn't have anyone else to really fall back on in terms of damage. I think you just have to prep yourself to go for that Void Staff. You can see 2 people on the enemy team building, see the Cho'Gath or the Maokai building magic resistance, and you're just going to do absolutely no damage to them. You don't have any tank damage there, really. Like, the Lethality Varus isn't going to do anything against a Cho Maokai. Maybe it would have gone better if the Lethality Varus went lethal tempo instead. Maybe. But yeah, I think the Nautilus pick into a Sivir also wasn't fantastic as well. Spell shielding away the Nautilus stuff. I think a Rakan pick probably would have been better. That way, you know, you can try and get some of that crowd control down onto the Sivir in the fights. But yeah, a couple of blunders there from both teams. Definitely wasn't a perfect game from Rats. But it is kind of the same story with Baus, isn't it? It's fantastic mechanical plays, but the macro, he needs help. He needs help figuring out where he needs to be more. I think he's struggling on the map, I think. But when he's in the fights, he's playing the fight. Like, some of those knockups, literally just before he's like dying, were fantastic. The silences were on point, like, and the feasts, the feasts were great. Like, he pressed the buttons right. He just needs to be in the right place. Right, I'm just going to take a quick 2-minute break because that was a long game, and then we'll get into game number 2.